And hello, everybody. Welcome to Baby Gymnasium here on the beautiful campus of Our Lady of the Lake University on the west side of San Antonio. Mike Thompson here with you at your OLLU Saints. Getting ready. It's the end of the season is upon us as we have 3 games remaining, all at home, and the Saints need to win all 3 for a shot at that final spot in the Red River Athletic Conference tournament. Saints are 8-17 on the season, 4-11 in conference play. They are a game and a half behind Texas A&M Texarkana, who's 5-9, and Texas College also 5-9. Jarvis Christian, the half-game lead at 4-10 this year. Paul Quinn 4-10, but Paul Quinn not eligible for postseason play. So it's pretty easy. Saints went out, and things look pretty good for them to make that 6th spot for the conference tournament coming up in Alexandria, as they're also looking for a little revenge against Texarkana, as Texarkana came away with a victory back January 16th, 86-67, and hoping to turn things around here at home here today. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with your opening introductions here in just a moment. You're watching Saints basketball on the OLLU Saints Network and KSAT.com. All right, let's head down to public address announcer John Paul for the opening introductions of tonight's ball game.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the starters for the Eagles. Number 1, Desmond Kennedy. Number 5, Connor Collette. Number 22, Caitlin Johnson. And number 31, Shaylee Hall. Number 44, Morgan Garner. The head coach is Ryan Walker. guard, number 10, Darren Matthew. From Stockholm, Sweden, 6'11", junior center, number 14, Edmund Tedesco. From Beaumont, Texas, a 6-foot senior guard, number 25, Michael Sullivan. From East Central High School in San Antonio, Texas, a 6'8" freshman post, number 33, Victor Rager. The head coach is Chris Kyle. Assistant coaches are Justin Kerr, Aaron Canitas, and BJ Alze. Student assistant is Brandon Joseph. Let's play OLLU basketball.
All right, Saints basketball as they take on Texas A&M Texarkana. And a must-win for both of these teams as the 6th spot in the conference tournament on the line. As it is a 4-way fight between Our Lady of the Lake, Texas College, Jarvis Christian, and Texas A&M Texarkana for that 6th spot. As the Saints get ready to take on the Eagles of Texas A&M Texarkana. Saints going big. Roper, Tedesco, Monzon, Saladin, and Darren Middlefield. Michael Saladin out there with the basketball now. Saladin is around him. Middlefield, Monzon. Monzon kicks back out. Saladin hit, but hits the three. So Saladin with the first points there. The assist from Monzon, 3-0 Saints lead, 19:35 to go here. Quick three taken up there by Hawk, no good. Rebound picked up by Middlefield. Middlefield over to Monzon. Monzon can't get it to go. Followed back up and good by Roper. So Roper puts it in, 5-0 Saints lead. Saints led 9-0 in the game at Texarkana back in January before Texarkana came back. The Saints right here know that the season on the line here. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound tipped up in the air. Picked up Monzon. Monzon going, looks, goes up, and whistle. Offensive foul called. His feet were moving, but he went with the shoulder. So Monzon picks up the foul, his first personal, team's first. 18:54. Foul difficulties have been a problem at times for Monzon. Don't want to get in foul difficulty here. Under 19 minutes to go, first half. As Kalen Johnson is sent back out over to Kennedy. As Hawk along the baseline over to Garner. Kennedy against Middlefield. Now back inside and off the mark by Garner. Rebound by Roper. Back the other way but stolen. Hawk goes up. Can't get it to go. Rebound for Roper. Roper with a couple of rebounds early. Monzon now. Goes along the baseline. Kicks over to Middlefield. Middlefield, Tedesco. Three-pointer wing. Got it. Edvin Tedesco with the three. 18:06. Saints with an 8-0 lead here. Under 18 minutes to play. First half. And that's going to be put in there. First bucket is up and good by Connor Ouellette. 8-2 Saints lead. Across over to Tedesco. Tedesco gets back over to Middlefield. They said over and back. And a mental mistake there. As Tedesco sent back to Middlefield, who was still in the backcourt at the time, and caught him in the backcourt. Kennedy with the basketball. Around there over to Johnson. Ball taken away there. Picked up by Roper. Now Middlefield. Middlefield over to Saladin. Saladin goes along. Lays it up and good. Michael Saladin. 5 points for Saladin now. The Saints with an 8-point lead. 17-18 to go. Substitutions coming for Texas A&M Texarkana. As Kennedy with the basketball, governed by Minifield. Minifield right side, up top, around, over to Owlette. Mishandled by Garner, able to get inside to Kennedy. And Kennedy puts it up. His first points. 16:55 to go, first half. Saladin ahead over to Roper. Roper looks back over to Minifield. Tedesco puts up another three. That one off the mark. Roper grabbing the rebound underneath, trying to get underneath, puts it up, can't go. Followed up Monzon. Roper again, can't get it. 16 and a half minutes now. Saints with a 6-point lead, 10-4. That's coming left side there. Now we're over to Alouette. Inside, laid up by Desmond Kennedy. 4 points now for Desmond Kennedy, and back to within 4 is Texarkana. Cross over to Monzon, finds Roper. Roper across to Saladin. Saladin goes inside for a moment, comes back out with it. Looks around over to Minifield. Minifield finds Roper from the free throw line. Saladin, three from the wing, can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled down there by Connor Ouellette. Kennedy, so top over to Hawk. Shahid Hawk now looking, three-pointer, well off the mark, taken by Kennedy. And substitutions, wholesale substitution coming in as DeCorian Phillips checks in, along with Kyle Dow, Kyle Wright. Micah Thomas has checked in. And also coming in is Say Amadi. Inside, Tedesco puts it up and in. Edmund Tedesco with 5 points, 6-point lead for the Saints. 15:22 to go, first half. Three-pointer coming from the wing, off the mark, no good there by Wright, and the rebound picked up by Tedesco. Second rebound for Tedesco. Back the other way, Minifield. Minifield whistled a foul. Offensive foul is going to be called on Roper. That's his first, second team now. 15:10 to go here in the first half. 6-point lead for the Saints. As Kyle Wright in the backcourt, guarded by Michael Saladin. Wright hands off over to Phillips. DeCorian Phillips inside the lane. Puts up a tough shot, had to change it. Roper grabs the rebound. 5 rebounds, and that's stolen back the other way. Looks back out. Thomas, three, no good. Rebound for Monzon. As Micah Thomas tried the three, was off the mark. Minifield. Dribbles left side, now gets round over to Monzon. Monzon on the wing on the far side. Looks inside over to Saladin. Saladin goes up left hand, rattles in and out, no good, and the rebound pulled down by DeCorian Phillips. Up ahead, Wright. Wright gets around over to Dow. Dow will step back, long two, off the mark. Rebound picked up by Saladin. Saladin will hand over to Minifield. E.J. Trevino gets ready to check in for the Saints. Victor Roper. 6'8" freshman, gets the ball around over to Tedesco. Monzon, three from the wing, puts it up, can't get it to go. And the rebound, Micah Thomas had it for a moment, but it gets around over to Kyle Wright. Kyle Wright back into the front court, guarded by Minifield. Hands back over to Micah Thomas, throws it behind him, turnover, Saints basketball. 13:54 left to go, first half. Saints with a 6-point lead, 12-6 here on Texas A&M Texarkana. As Ruben Monzon, as Edvin Tedesco will come out of the game with 5 points. E.J. Trevino checking in, the freshman from San Antonio. As Saladin around over to Trevino. Monzon inside. Roper, alley-oop! Eight-point lead now, 14-6. Amadi getting ready to check back in for Texarkana. Get inside, pass off over to the corner. Desmond Kennedy, three-pointer, no good. Rebound tipped around and picked up there by Ouellette. Ouellette again puts up a long three-pointer, short, and the rebound. Monzon fought with him, can't get it. Garner grabs the rebound. Now Saladin with it on the floor, over to Monzon. Minifield, over to Trevino. Trevino left side, looking along the baseline. tries to go up, tough shot, foul, to the line to shoot 2. First foul called on Texas A&M Texarkana. Foul is going to be called on Morgan Garner, his first. 13:04 left to go here in this first half. CJ Trevino looking to try and get his first points of the game. So Trevino's first shot, got it. 9-point Saints lead as Garner will come out. Shea Amade will check in. Trevino's second shot coming here. Got them both. Ten-point lead now for the Saints, 16-6. 12:57 to go. First half. Around over to Ollette. Ollette is whistled, foul counted. So Trevino will pick up the foul. Ollette with 4 points now goes to the line. Trying to cut it to within 7 here. I got it. Trevino. Surround over to Minifield. Back to Trevino, front court. Trevino goes along the baseline, goes up strong, count it! And the foul. So E.J. Trevino with a chance for a three-point play to make up for the foul on the other end and put it back to double figures. So Christian Fields will check in. Edvin Tedesto will come in as Michael Saladin is going to come out with 5. Victor Roper is going to come out with 4 points and 5 rebounds. That's Trevino. Got it. 5 for Trevino. The lead is 10. As Kalen Johnson bringing the ball against Minifield. Gets back, throws it away over to Monzon. Was tried to get it over to Amati, but threw it too far. And Trevino don't know what he was doing with that. Is now back the other way. Coming is Hawk. Hawk puts it up against Monzon. Monzon's going to be called for the foul. And that all started with Trevino losing what he was going to do there inside the lane. His second 14 foul, and that's going to bring Victor Roper back into the game as Monzon picks up his second foul as he was put in a position he shouldn't have been put in. And Shahid Hawk at the line to shoot 2. First shot is good for Hawk, his first points now. As Monzon going to come out. Monzon scoreless in this first half so far, but 3 rebounds. As he's been strong for the rebounds. Good job his second year. Just his 5th year of basketball, of playing organized basketball for Ruben Monzon. So 8-point lead at 19-11. As Fields loses the ball as he looked up court before he had the ball. Now 3 in the quarter, and that hurt as Johnson hits the 3, and that'll get A&M Texarkana back to within 5 as a quick 5-point turnaround there with 12:07 left to go until halftime. We're going to take we're going to stay here. It's a 30-second timeout. Make sure you follow the Saints basketball teams on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram. Use the hashtag OLLU Hoops. And for more up-to-date on Saints Athletics, go to the website, www.ollusaintsathletics.com. So homecoming weekend coming up. Make sure you join us tomorrow. Our broadcast starting at 2. Doubleheader of baseball as the Saints take on Midland over at Missions Baseball Academy. You can check it out online, or you can head out to Missions Baseball Academy and check out the game there for the Saints as well. 19-14 Saints with the ball. Trevino in the backcourt. As Fields looking, needs to get it across, just across, and a whistle and a foul. So Ouellette picks up the foul. That'll be his first, team's third. 11:56 to go here, first half. It's Minifield. Round over to Trevino. Trevino, right side, gets over to Roper up top. Around over to Minifield. Minifield finds Fields. Christian Fields goes right at the basket, tries to toss it off. Nobody there as they closed in on him. And back the other way comes Texas A&M Texarkana as Johnson gets over to Ouellette. And Ouellette is going to be a whistle, and the foul, as a foul is on Shea Amati. Picks up his first, team's fourth. Both teams now have 14 fouls. As Michael Solidin comes in for Christian Fields. As Minifield down to the front court. They're trapping, throws it across, nobody home. So bad mistakes hurting the Saints right now. As nobody was there for that pass. Don't know who looking for. And the turnover. And now Texas A&M Texarkana, who's on a 5-0 run, with a chance to cut in even deeper. Right side has Kennedy. Kennedy looks across over to Johnson. Johnson on the wing. Looks back out there as Kennedy off the screen there from Amati. Amati inside and goes up, and the shot blocked by Roper. And it's going to be Texarkana basketball with 2 on the shot clock as Tyler Guerin will be coming in for E.J. Trevino. No, for Darren Minifield. 2 on the shot clock here. So got to get a shot off quickly. Inside, Amati. Amati with it, and travel, a turnover. So substitution is Morgan Garner is going to come in, and Shea Amati will come out. As Guerin to Trevino. Head over to Solidin. Guerin around Trevino, finds Tedesco, back around over to Trevino. 15 on the shot clock. Right over to Solidin on the wing on the far side. Guerin inside, nice pass inside Roper. Roper's going to miss the shot, and the rebound pulled down by Kennedy. Back the other way, going in strong, and able to put that one up and in is DeCorian Phillips. And that will draw them back to within 3 now. 7-0 run for Texas A&M Texarkana. As Trevino inside Tedesco, back out Solidin. Solidin 3-wing, off the mark. Rebound tipped around and picked up across, and that's stolen by Guerin. They tried to get it inside to Ouellette. Ouellette in front of Guerin, around now Trevino. 3-pointer Trevino, off the mark of the rebound. Pulled down by DeCorian Phillips. Front court over to Phillips. Phillips looks, gets around over to Garner. Garner mishandling the ball underneath. Tyler Guerin, they're going to call a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Tyler Guerin. That'll be his first, team's 5th. So shot clock reset to 20 seconds here. As Kyle Wright checks back in. And Shahid Hawk back in as well. Calvin Kintu will check in. Gets around over to Desmond Kennedy in the corner. Kennedy for the tie, won't go. Rebound tipped up in the air, way out of bounds. Saints basketball as it goes off of Connor Ouellette. So Tedesco will come out. It's Kintu back in here. So Trevino gets the head over to Kintu. Kintu in the corner, throws back over to Guerin. Inside, Roper. Roper puts it down. 6 points for Victor Roper. Saints lead at 5, 21-16, 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Kyle Wright with the basketball. Hands off Ouellette. Ouellette sends it back, gets it around over to Anthony McGee. McGee inside the lane, now gets it back out, sends it around over to Wright. Wright kicks out Kennedy, three-pointer, got it. 7 points for Kennedy and a timeout called by Ryan Wall. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. 21-19. Saints with the lead here by 2. Led by as many as 10. The Texarkana has fought their way back into this one. Baseball is in action tomorrow at Missions Baseball Academy starting at 2 o'clock, a doubleheader. As they will be taking on Midland University. And men's and women's track and field will be competing in Texas Tech Matador qualifier tomorrow in Lubbock. And softball plays in Georgetown against Southwestern University tomorrow. Be returning home on Saturday. Play St. Edwards at 1 o'clock start time on that one. So 8:36 left to go here in the first half. Saints with a 2-point lead. Texarkana has slowly chipped away at the Saints lead. Over to Saladin. Back around to the corner, Kintu. Kintu along the baseline, goes up there, whistle, and a foul. And the foul's going to be on Desmond Kennedy. Team foul number 5 here on Texas A&M Texarkana. Desmond Kennedy, that's going to be his first personal. So CK will go to the line here. Calvin Kintu. Scoreless so far tonight. Puts up the first free throw and good. Second shot coming here for Kintu. The junior out of London. Hits them both. 4-point lead, and they're way out of bounds. It's going to be Texarkana basketball. As Tyler Guerin and Desmond Kennedy both colliding there. They go out of bounds for that loose ball. Be Texas A&M Texarkana basketball. 8:18 left to go here in the first half. A 4-point Saints lead. Must win for both teams. As waiting, they're going to clean up some of the perspiration there on the floor. And down to the backcourt over to McGee. Has Wright with it. Wright against Kintu. Hands off there over to Micah Thomas. Thomas back over to Wright. Corner three-pointer. Got it. So Kyle Wright with his first three, and that'll, or first points, it's 3, and that'll bring Texarkana back to within 1 here. They've trailed the whole way. Trevino over to Kintu in the corner. Around, inside Kintu, laser pass, Saladin hits the 3. Michael Saladin, 8 points for Michael Saladin. Saints back up by 4 here, 26-22. 7.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Kennedy steps back, three-pointer, got it. 10 points for Kennedy. Cross over to Guerin, around over to Saladin, across Trevino. Guerin, Kintu. Kintu goes, call the travel and a turnover. So Texarkana get a chance to try and take the lead for the first time tonight. As the Saints lead 26-25. 7:02 to go till halftime. as Darren Minifield gets ready to check back in as we're under 7 minutes. They head off over to Thomas. Thomas, 17-footer off the back iron, rattles around, no good. OLLU grabs the offensive board, puts it back up and in. And a chance for another and one for OLLU. Tyler Gurin picks up his second, 16 fouls. Kintu comes out, and Minifield comes in. So OLLU at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Sedesto check in and got it. 8 points there for OLLU. And that lead, first lead now for Texarkana. Up ahead over to Saladin. Saladin, runner, got it. And the foul's on Michael Saladin, a charging foul they called. 17 foul, but player control foul, no free throws. As Garner comes out for Texas A&M Texarkana. OLLU sends it up here over to Decorian Phillips. It's Phillips front court. Goes against Sedesto, puts it up off the glass and good. 4-point lead now. 8-0 run here for Texarkana. As Saladin loses the ball. Back the other way. Phillips goes up, puts it up and in. Back the other way as Monson gets ready to come in. As Cameron Fields will come in as well. Minifield throws a crossover to Saladin. Inside to Desto, puts it up and in. 7 points. Saints trail it by 4 here with 5:48 left to play first half. It's Galen Johnson. It's around over to Decorian Phillips. Phillips puts up off the glass and good. Phillips, 6 straight points for Phillips. And the lead is 6. Up ahead. Up there, Roper. And again over to the corner. Trevino. Trevino puts up the shot, no good. Grabs the offensive board, fighting with it, trying to. It's going to be whistled a foul. So Trevino going to the line. Trevino with 5 points here today. Second foul going to be called on OLLU. As checking in is going to be Micah Thomas. Shea Amati. As the inbound here, Minifield is up top. Cameron Fields. The corner, Tedesto puts up a 3. Got it. 10 points for Tedesto. Saints back to within 3. We near 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Ball tipped away out of bounds. Stays with Texas A&M Texarkana. Desmond Kennedy also getting ready to check in. Desmond Kennedy will check back in. Anthony McGee will check in. Shahid Hawk checks back in, as well as Decorian Phillips. As the inbound by Kennedy to the corner. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound tipped up and pulled down by Phillip. Phillip puts up the shot and good. And Phillips, I think that is 8 in a row that he has scored, and throws the pass behind. And the turnover again, 5-point lead for Texarkana. 4:44 to go until halftime. And the line goes up right hand, offensive foul. as Decorian Phillips trying to get his 10th straight point. His first personal, 17 foul. Both teams now in the 1-1. With 4:37 left to go until halftime. Minifield has Saladin over to Fields. And Fields will call a timeout as he goes to fall down. And with that, we'll take a timeout as well. 4:27 left to go until halftime. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. You're watching Saints basketball, the OLLU Saints Network. Inbound there now with 4:25 left to go until halftime. Saints trailing it by 5 points. As Minifield goes in there off the glass and good for Darren Minifield. Desmond Kennedy in the front court. Hands off over to Phillips. And a carry and a turnover. 3:58 to go until halftime. Saints with a chance to tie it with a 3 here. They trail by 3 with 3:58 to go until halftime. Saladin gets right over to Minifield. Minifield up ahead as Fields. Finds Saladin to the corner. Tedesto. Monzon. Monzon looks back out. Minifield. Three-pointer. Got it. Darren Minifield with a big three-pointer. And we're tied at 36, 3.5 minutes to play until halftime. E.J. Trevino gets ready to check back in for the Saints. And a 3 for Garner. Off the mark. Rebound Monzon. Back they go. Minifield. Minifield finds Fields. Inside Monzon. Monzon back out. Tedesto, 3. That one won't go for him. The rebound pulled down by Desmond Kennedy. 36 all. 3 minutes to go till halftime. Desmond Kennedy right side. Quickly picked up by Tedesto. Gets around and gets over to Hawk. Back out. Three-pointer McGee. No good. And the rebound Tedesto. Tedesto looking. Will get the ball back over to Minifield now. Victor Roper gets ready to check back in. Minifield shot is going to be fouled by Decorian Phillips. And up to the line to shoot now is going to be Darren Minifield. So Victor Roper will check in along with E.J. Trevino. Also checking in for Texas A&M Texarkana is Kalen Johnson, Kyle Dow, and Kyle Wright. It's Minifield with 5 points here in the first half. Puts his first shot in and good. 6 points now for Minifield as Monzon comes out. Monzon came in with 2 fouls late, played well, avoided getting another foul. Now he's going to come out here with the rain for probably the last 2:38 of this first half. Second shot is good for Minifield. 7 points now for Minifield. Saints lead by 2, 2:32. And ball still in there by Minifield. Up ahead, Trevino. Trevino hands off Minifield. And this followed up by Roper. 8 points now for Roper. Inside goes up. Off the mark, no good. Goes back, shot blocked by Roper. Second block for Roper. Trevino. Minifield. Baseline, kicks out Saladin. 3. No good, and the rebound for Desmond Kennedy. That would have been a big 3. 4-point lead, under 2 minutes now. Dial gets around over to Kennedy. Kennedy off the screen, picked up by Roper. Back around, moves around, Kyle Wright. 3-pointer, got it. Kyle Wright with 6 points, both of them, all 6 from beyond the arc. And a technical foul is called on Kyle Wright. So Kyle Wright picks up the technical. And that'll put Michael Saladin on the free throw line to shoot the 2 technicals. And that'll be the first foul against Kyle Wright. Michael Saladin trying to give the Saints a little cushion again here. First one's good for Saladin. 9 points for Michael Saladin. Second shot for Saladin. Got it. 10 now for Michael Saladin. The Saints lead is 3, and they have the ball. 134. So Saints will be inbounding in front of their bench as Darren Minifield into the front court here. 90 seconds to go till halftime. Tedesco back over to Minifield, finds Trevino. Minifield, Saladin, long 3. Can't get it to go. Roper tips it over, but it goes right over to Micah Thomas. So Kalen Johnson with the ball, bringing it up slowly for Texas A&M Texarkana. Johnson looks around, gets over to Hawk. Back around Desmond Kennedy, guarded by Darren Minifield. Kennedy steps back against Minifield, looks inside, ball stolen by Trevino. Trevino looks, goes straight up, cut it! No, they call him! Unbelievable! The foul called on AJ Trevino picks up his second. As it looked like he was in the circle. 52 seconds left to go until halftime. Cameron Fields looks to get in here in just a moment. Back out, over to Hawk. Hawk lost the dribble, now looks, gets over to Micah Thomas. All the way across to nobody. Well, folks, the basketball don't lie. The basketball doesn't lie. Turnover, Texarkana. Saints basketball here, 35.9 seconds left to go until halftime. Saints with a 3-point lead. 5.9 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Minifield bringing the ball up slowly. Right side, looks around over to Fields. Minifield back with it. 15 on the shot clock. Minifield goes inside, dishes off. Roper puts it down, he slams it again. 12 points for the freshman from San Antonio. And up ahead here, shot clock is off. Thomas around over to Desmond Kennedy. Kennedy, 1 second, puts it up at the buzzer, won't go. Saints lead by 5 at halftime. We will take a break. You're watching Saints basketball on the OLLU Saints Network and KSAT.com. So welcome back. So you're ready for the second half. As the Saints with a 44-39 lead against Texas A&M Texarkana. Saints led by 10. Texarkana came back and led by 5. And the Saints now have a 5-point lead as we start the second half. Ruben Monzon, Michael Saladin, Darren Minifield, Edvin Tedesco, and Victor Roper. For the Saints, OLLU, Kalen Johnson, Shahid Hawk, Morgan Garner, and Desmond Kennedy on the floor for Texas A&M Texarkana. As Johnson gets around over to OLLU. Back in a shot clock violation. As Texarkana didn't even look at the clock. So the turnover. Saints basketball, 19:25 to go. The second half. Must win for both teams. A spot in the Red River Athletic Conference on the line. Monzon from the wing gets up top. Saladin dribbles, gets back around over to Minifield. Minifield passes up over to Tedesco. Around over to Monzon. Monzon kicks out. Roper looking. 3 on the shot clock. Roper needs to put it up. Monzon throws it up. No good. And both teams decide they don't want to shoot here in the second half. So a shot clock violation on one end and a shot clock violation on the other end. 18:55 to go here here in the second half. Shahid Hawk has around over to Johnson. Johnson takes the screen from Garner. Back over to Garner. Garner looks inside OLLU, who finds an opening to the lane. Can't get it to go. Whistle. And goaltending on Texas A&M Texarkana. Offensive goaltend. So Minifield now bringing the ball up. So 3 possessions here in the second half, 3 turnovers. Minifield, wing near side, looks over to Roper along the baseline. Roper underneath, goes up, tries to go up, can't get it. Rebound knocked up in the air, able to pick up the rebound and back the other way. As Shea Amati gets ready to check back in for Texas A&M Texarkana. Desmond Kennedy left open, shoots a 3 off the mark. Long rebound, comes out over to Garner. Garner just out of reach of Monzon, gets over to Desmond Kennedy. Kennedy goes straight at the basket, goes up, no good, bounces around. That one off the mark, picked up by Roper. Minifield now going. Minifield goes up, lays it up, and got it. 9 points for Darren Minifield. Saints lead by 7. Back out. OLLU to the corner. Goes in there, shot too hard. Rebound pulled down by Roper. Roper hands over to Minifield. Saints on the run. Back over Saladin. Saladin. Trouble with the dribble. Right over to Tedesco. Tedesco three-pointer. Got it! 13 for Edvin Tedesco. 10 points, Saints lead, matching their largest. Hawk with it. It's around over to Johnson. Johnson goes up, runner off the glass, too hard. Rebound picked up Tedesco. Back the other way, now comes Minifield. Minifield kicks back out over to Saladin. Saladin, Tedesco, Monzon, 3 of his own. Won't go, and the rebound tipped out over to Minifield. Minifield goes inside, dishes back out, three-pointer. Offensive foul's called. So Minifield out of control, sends a pass back. And so Garner comes out as Shea Amati comes in. Well, that will be inbounding. 16:52 to go here, second half. The victory, Saints can get to within a half game, Texarkana. As Texarkana still has to travel over to Houston Tillotson and lost out of bounds the ball by OLLU. So Saints basketball now with 16:35 to go here, second half. Texas A&M Texarkana has Houston Tillotson. Texas College and Jarvis Christian. As Roper goes, he's going to be fouled. And the foul, I believe, is going to be on Shea Amati. So Amati will picks up his second, team's first here. 16:20 to play here in the second half. Victor Roper hands off over to Minifield. Minifield finds Sedesto. Another three-pointer. No good on that one. Another rebound. Pulled down by Connor OLLU. Hulk. There's Johnson. Back right over to Hulk. As Shaheed Hulk looks inside alley-oop. Ball knocked away by Victor Roper. As Shea Amati thought he was going to have an easy alley-oop, and Victor Roper comes in there and knocks the ball free. 16:01 left to play. Saints with a 10-point lead. Johnson behind his back against Saladin. Goes up there. Shot blocked by Tedesto. And the foul's going to be called on Michael Saladin. That's going to be his second. So two shots coming up here as Michael Saladin commits a foul. Didn't need to as Tedesto was there for the block, but Saladin with the foul beforehand. His second, team's second. And that is going to bring Kalen Johnson to the line. This is Johnson with 3 points here tonight. First shot's good. First points of the second half coming for Texas A&M Texarkana, coming with 4 minutes and 6 seconds into the second half. Got a both. 5-point lead here. So Tedesto. They're over to Darren Minifield. Minifield. Right over to Saladin. Saladin hands over to Tedesto, finds a Minifield. Minifield all the way across over to Saladin. Saladin goes inside, little runner, can't get it to go. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Desmond Kennedy. Desmond Kennedy gets over. OLLU, runner, no good. Rebound tipped up in the air, knocked away, picked up by Saladin. Michael Saladin looking, hands it goes up there, and that's going to be goaltend, I believe. And Michael Saladin is down on the floor. And is that, was that a goaltend or was it a foul? What is the call here? Michael Saladin gets up. So the basket is good as a goaltend was called. So 51-41. So 51-41 the score, 15-19. 10-point lead. As Johnson with the ball in the backcourt. Some trouble, gets over to Desmond Kennedy. Kennedy to Connor OLLU, puts up the shot and missed. Rebound Monzon, back the other way. Saladin waiting, looks for help inside the Victor Roper. Ball knocked away out of bounds by Shea Amati. So Micah Thomas will come in and Connor OLLU will come out. Minifield over to Saladin. Monzon, Tedesto to Minifield. Across Saladin, three-pointer off the mark. Had the rebound pulled down by Hulk. Inside Hulk, shot is off the mark, no good. Victor Roper with the rebound. Roper now with a double-double. 12 points, 10 rebounds. Three-pointer coming up. Good by Jalen Minifield. 12 points for Minifield. Saints lead his largest at 13, 54-41. Johnson with the basketball. E.J. Trevino gets ready to check in. It's around off to the corner. Johnson, a three by Hawk, no good, and knocked away out of bounds. Saints basketball. Last touched by Shea Amati. So Edvin Tedesco is going to come out. Tedesco with 13 points tonight. C.J. Trevino will come in. Minifield now brings the ball in the front court over to Trevino. E.J. comes right side with it, now holds the dribble. Gets over to Roper, around over to Minifield. Finds Monzon. Monzon in the corner, all the way over. Now Trevino, three in the corner. Can't get it to go. And a whistle and a foul over the back on Ruben Monzon. That'll be his third foul. That's the third team foul as Edvin Tedesco will come back in as Ruben Monzon will come out. Johnson with the ball in the backcourt. It's over to Micah Thomas, over to Desmond Kennedy. Connor Ouellette, guarded by Trevino. Cross three-pointer over to Desto, no good, and a rebound. So this is going to come down as Roper. The foul is going to be on Texas A&M Texarkana, and it's going to be called on Shea Amati. That's his third personal, team's second foul here with 13:24 to go second half. Saints with a 13-point lead, 54-41. The Saints have outscored Texas A&M Texarkana 10-2 so far here in the second half. Trevino inside Roper, and Roper shots blocked that time. And ball almost knocked away as Micah Thomas got the block. And Micah Thomas spent a little too much time in the backcourt while his teammates were going down. Now back over Kennedy. Kennedy puts up a three, got it. 13 for Desmond Kennedy, back to within 10. Saladin trying to get through defenders on the floor, and going to be a whistle and a foul called on Texas A&M Texarkana. The foul is going to be called on Kalen Johnson. That's his second, team's third personal. Both teams now with three fouls with 12:47 to go here, second half. Trevino over to Minifield. Saladin, back Minifield. Looks Saladin, three-pointer. Won't go, the rebound for Desmond Kennedy. Back it goes over Micah Thomas. Thomas puts up a three, got it. Micah Thomas's first points come with 12 and a half minutes to play, and it draws Texas A&M Texarkana to within 7. So Minifield around over to Trevino. Saladin to Desto. Short jumper, Archer got it. 15 for Edvin Tedesco. Kennedy around over to Thomas, puts up another three, got it. 6 points for Thomas and back to within 6 now. 11:52. Saladin in the corner gets around over to Minifield. Tedesco off the glass and good. 17 for Tedesco. 8-point Saints lead, 11:39 to go here in the second half. Ouellette. Over to Kennedy. Kennedy puts up a three. Got it. They have hit their last three. 5 points is the difference now. So Minifield around over to Trevino. Tedesco, long jumper, arcing shot too high. Ouellette grabs the rebound. Hands off over to Kalen Johnson. Johnson now into the front court. Johnson goes towards the basket, goes up, shot blocked by Roper, and that's 3 blocked shots for Victor Roper in this one.
Into the Saints number 11, Tyler Guido for Michael Saladin.
Ryan Wall trying to explain to the referee they have to have your arms straight up. The referee telling him not if there's no body contact. So the block shot there from Victor Roper, his third. Saints with a 5-point lead in the ball here. Tyler Giron checking in. And Edwin Tedesco comes out. Metafield over to Trevino in the quarter. Giron inside. Monzon too hard off of it, off the other way. Desmond Kennedy on his way, goes up, lays it up and good. 18 for Desmond Kennedy, and they will draw Texas A&M Texarkana to within 3 with 10:38 left to go. We're going to see. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 10:38 left. Saints lead. .38 left to go in this one. Saints with a 3-point lead. Saints shooting 45% in the game. Texas A&M Texarkana 41%. Both teams 37% from 3, or 36% from 3. Both teams perfect from the free throw line. Saints out rebounding Texarkana right now 31-24. So Victor Roper will be inbounding as it's Roper, Monzon, actually I'm sorry, back the other way it was, as it's going to be Minifield, Giron, Monzon, Trevino, and Roper. Tyler Giron goes along the baseline, gets trapped, looking, throws it back out, Minifield, 3 from the wing, won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Micah Thomas. Johnson in the front court, across over to Ouellette. Ouellette looks back over to Desmond Kennedy. Kennedy, 18 points tonight, 8 of them in the second half. Thomas, another 3. That one in and out, no good. But the offensive board back up, can't get it to go. Ball knocked about, and it's going to be Texas A&M Texarkana basketball. As Victor Roper not able to get a hold of that one, it goes out of bounds. 20 on the shot clock, 9:55 left to play. Sends it out over to Johnson. Kalen Johnson. So Micah Thomas goes along the baseline, puts up a hook shot, no good. And the rebound picked up underneath by Amati. There's going to be a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on E.J. Trevino. His third personal, 4th team foul here. Shea Amati with the free throws here. First one coming up. He's scoreless tonight until then. Now he has 1. So Roper's going to come out. Roper with 12. All of that in the first half. As Edwin Tedesco checks back in. 2 points now. And again, back to within 1. That's the second half looking a lot like the first half. Trevino to Giron, over to Minifield. Monzon goes strong, got it, count the basket. And so that's going to bring Shahid Hawk back into the game. And Desmond Kennedy will come out, and Morgan Garner will come in, and out is going to come Shea Amati. So Monzon with a chance for a 3-point play to put the Saints up by 4 with 9:29 to play. And he missed it. Rebound pulled down by Garner. First miss by either team from the line. Saints now 9 of 10. Johnson gets back out. Micah Thomas, another 3 off the mark. Underneath, rebound pulled down by, and that's on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow for the Saints. Saints wanting a foul. As they'll take the jump ball here. So Saints basketball here, 9:08 and counting. Saints with a 3-point lead. Trevino, right side over to Minifield. Back over to Trevino. Giron, around over Trevino. 3 from the wing, got it! Biggest shot of the game for Trevino, and that'll put the Saints by 6. 8:50 to play. Trevino now with 8 points. Johnson going in, loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with Texas A&M Texarkana. So 20 on the shot clock. As Johnson inbounds. It's inside as the shot is up and good by Hawk. Hawk with 4. His first points of the second half. Trevino. It's right over to Minifield on the wing. Back up top, Trevino. Trevino lost the ball for a moment. Tedesco, long 2. Got it. 19 for Edvin Tedesco. Saints lead by 6. 8:15 left to go. Ouellette, nice job to hold on to that. Desmond Kennedy, baseline, changes, pumps in the air. They're going to call a foul. That's on A.J. Trevino. That's going to be his 4th. Oh, no, it's going to be on Tyler Giron, who picks up his. That'll be his 3rd. (65-60) now the score. The first free throw there for Desmond Kennedy. 19 now for Kennedy. Minifield comes out. Michael Saladin checks back in. Got them both. 20 for Kennedy. A timeout's going to be a full timeout. 8:08 left to go. Saints with a 4-point lead, 65-61. You're watching Saints basketball on the OLLU Saints Network and KSAT.com. Welcome back. 8:08 left to play. Saints with a 65-61 lead. Must-win game for both teams. If the Saints can win out and win this one, they would be tied with Texas A&M Texarkana, probably, most likely. Or a possibility of a tie between the two. If they are, then the Saints would have the tiebreaker if they finish out with a win. Inside Monzon. Monzon fakes, goes up, gets his own rebound, goes back up with it. So Ruben Monzon fighting, able to get that one. But a lot also has to do with Texas College as well. As Garner hands off there as Hawk goes in there and puts it up. Shaheed Hawk with 6. 4-point lead, 67-63. 7:20 left to play. Guerin. Inside, dishes out to Desto. Back over to Guerin. Inside, Monzon. Monzon gets away from Molly, goes up, and a whistle and a foul called. Now the foul is going to be called on Morgan Garner. And Monzon will go to the line to shoot free throws. So Monzon's first free throw coming up here. He missed his first one earlier, gets that one. Monzon now with 5. The lead is 5. Second shot. Got it. 6 points for Ruben Monzon, all in this half. The lead is 6. 69-63. 7 minutes left. Desmond Kennedy. Right side. Over to Shaheed Hawk. Hawk passes out over to Decorian Phillips. Inside Garner. Garner tries to reverse. The foul is going to be on Edvin Tedesto. So Tedesto picks up the foul. That's going to be the 16th foul. First foul on Edvin as Victor Roper gets ready to check back in. As Garner goes to the line to shoot 2. Garner scoreless tonight with his first free throw. Gets that one to go. Texas A&M Texarkana, perfect 11 of 11 for the free throw line tonight. So Tedesto's going to come out with 19 points. Victor Roper's going to come in. Got them both. So Garner comes out. Shea Amade will come in. 6:45 to play. 4-point Saints lead. Tyler Guerin into the front court. Around over to E.J. Trevino. Monzon. Saladin. To the corner, Trevino. Trevino has the ball knocked away, stays with the Saints. 14 on the shot clock. 6:30 left. 69-65. Saints with a 4-point lead. That's Trevino. Inbounds to Roper. Roper goes over to Tyler Guerin. To Michael Saladin. Saladin back up. Trevino. EJ bounces, spins in the lane, goes up there, kicks back out over to Guerin. 3 on the shot clock. Got it! Tyler Guerin with a big shot. And the Saints with a 7-point lead. 6:10 left to play. Desmond Kennedy now. Kennedy gets over the side, over to Amade. Olet. Phillips. Phillips finds an opening in the lane, goes up, can't get it to go. And a late whistle. And a foul is on Michael Saladin. And Saladin, that'll be his third personal, 17th foul. So and the 1-and-1 now is Texas A&M Texarkana, but it's a 2-shot foul here, though. First shot coming up here for Decorian Phillips. First shot bounces around and off the mark. First miss for Texas A&M Texarkana, as they are now 12 of 13 from the free throw line. Saints 11 of 12. Second shot. Got it. Phillips with 9 points. Saints with a 6-point lead. 5:47 left to play. Saladin hands over Trevino. Trevino off the screen. It's around over to Saladin. Monzon. Monzon kicks out Guerin. Guerin, ball knocked away, and going to be a kick ball, but it'll be Texas A&M Texarkana basketball. Tyler Guerin kicked it. So Desmond Kennedy comes into the backcourt, will take the inbound from Olet. Darren Minifield to check back in. Hawk to Olette. Off the screen there from Amati. Back to Hawk. Phillips. Shot blocked. 4 blocks for Victor Roper.
For the Saints, number 10, Darren Minifield. For number 11, Tyler Giddo.
Tyler Giddo coming out. Darren Minifield back in. And the inbound gets the ball tipped away by Victor Roper. Nice hands. 6 on the shot clock. That's Phillips. Here to inbound. Right over to Hawk. Hands over to Phillips. Phillips baseline. Goes strong inside the lane. Nice move to get by Monzon. Monzon went one way. He went the other. And a timeout called. As Phillips now with 11 points. Full timeout. 5 minutes left. Saints with a 4-point lead. You're watching Saints basketball. The OLLU Saints Network. KSAT.com. Five minutes left. Saints with a 72-68 lead. Here against Texas A&M Texarkana. Saints will be inbounding. The Saints need a victory. So Darren Minifield hands off to Trevino, who stops and now moves into the front court. Right over to Minifield. Roper, free throw line, lobs inside to Monzon. Tipped up by Victor Roper. First points of the second half for Victor Roper. He's got 14. The Saints lead is 6. 4:39. Olette. It's around over to Corian Phillips. Phillips back around. As Desmond Kennedy. Kennedy comes all the way around, hands off over to Olette. Inside, and going to be offensive foul on Desmond Kennedy. So that is going to bring Morgan Garner in. And coming out is going to be Shea Amade. 6-point lead here for the Saints. 4:21 left to play. So Minifield now in the front court. Minifield goes through, can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Olette. Kennedy all the way ahead, gets underneath, and ball lost out of bounds. Stays Texas A&M Texarkana. 23 shot clock, 4:04 left to play. Then bound over to Garner. Garner looks up top, Kennedy. Guarded by Trevino. Inside, pass over to Hawk. Inside shot blocked, 5 blocks, actually 6 blocks now for Victor Roper. Monzon flushes it down. 10 8 points, Monzon. Lead is 8. Three-pointer corner. No good. Rebound. Ouellette puts it up and in. 10 points now for Ouellette. 6 points Saints lead. 3.5 minutes to play. Metafield. It's around Monzon up top. Saladin from the wing. It's around over to Roper. Three-pointer. Trevino, no good. Rebound picked up Monzon, who goes down, whistle foul. And the foul is going to be on Desmond Kennedy. His third personal, 17 foul, so 1-1 now. As Ruben Monzon goes to the line, 8 points tonight, all here in the second half. As we're in crunch time. And short on the front end of the 1-1. Free throws, free throws, free throws. Important in crunch time. 3 minutes left. Saints with a 6-point lead. Johnson looking. Ball over to Garner. Garner bobbled it, but able to gain control. Ouellette, back out corner. Looks around Kennedy. Desmond Kennedy with it. 10 on the shot clock. Around Ouellette. Ouellette looks. Three-pointer coming up there by Hawk. No good. Rebound tipped over. It's going to be a foul. And it's going to go back the other way. 1-1 is Michael Saladin. We'll go to the line. The foul is going to be called on Kalen Johnson. That's going to be his third personal, 8th team foul. So Michael Saladin at the line to shoot free throws. Saladin with 10 points in the game. First shot for Saladin. Got it. Second shot for Saladin. 7-point lead for the Saints. Got them both. 8-point lead. 2:40 left to play. So Kalen Johnson in the front court. Guarded by Saladin. It's off to the corner. Three-pointer by Desmond Kennedy off the mark. Rebound pulled down offensive by Garner. Kicks out over to Kennedy. Kennedy on the floor, losing it. On the floor, looking for it, tosses back around, gets around over to Hawk. 10 on the shot clock. Kennedy. Kennedy goes strong, goes up. Can't get it, no, a late whistle. So Darren Minifield called for the foul. That's his second. So Desmond Kennedy at the line to shoot 2 shots here. So Desmond Kennedy at the line, as Kennedy tonight has 20 points. This goes back to the free throw line here. And a shot there. .21 for Kennedy. As Micah Thomas checks back in along with Kyle Wright. As the second shot coming for Desmond Kennedy. 22 for Kennedy. 6-point lead for the Saints. Kennedy comes out. Coming in for him is going to be DeCorian Phillips. As Monzon coming to inbound. So Trevino in the front court. Gets around over to Minifield. Minifield, Saladin. Saladin goes along the baseline, tries to go underneath the basket, lost. Now back the other way is Wright. Kyle Wright. Well, hand off there. It's to be a whistle. Offensive foul on Kyle Wright. 1:58 left to play. A 6-point lead here. His second personal, 9th foul. One more foul. Saints will be in the double bonus. As Morgan Garner gets ready to come back in. Garner comes in. Micah Thomas comes out. It's Micah Thomas kind of limping on that right ankle there. Now Saladin gets around over to Minifield. Trevino into the front court quickly. Goes right at the basket, goes up there too strong. Can't get it, rebound picked up Roper. Roper tries to go up. Victor Roper is fouled. He'll go to the line, shoot two. So the Saints will be in the double bonus for the remaining 144. So E.J. Trevino, nice job showing aggressive, being aggressive going towards the basket there. And a nice job there for Victor Roper to grab the offensive rebound and put up, now goes to the line to shoot two. As Kyle Dow gets ready to check in, and so does Desmond Kennedy. First free throw, and Victor Roper gets the help from the rim and puts it in. He's got 13 now. So Wright and Hawk will come out. As again, Dow comes back in, as well as Desmond Kennedy. Kennedy, 22 points. Roper, three, arcing, gets it to go. Friendly bounces, 14 for Roper. The lead is 8, 1:44 left to go. Wall telling his team to hurry up. Dow with it, kicks around. Inside, Desmond Kennedy. It's going to be a whistle to foul. Desmond Kennedy will to the line, and who's the foul on? It's going to be on Darren Minifield. His third personal, and a timeout called by Texas A&M Texarkana. 1:31 left to go. Full timeout. Take it with them. Saints lead 80-72. You're watching Saints basketball on the OLLU Saints Network and KSAT.com. And welcome back. 1:31 left. Saints with an 8-point lead. Trying to hold on. Saints need to finish the season with wins at home. 4-11 right now. 8-17 overall. Texas A&M Texarkana 10-16, 5-9. Victory would put the Saints a half game behind Texas A&M Texarkana, but they would be in the driver's seat towards that 6th spot. First free throw rattles in and good. Second shot coming for Kennedy, who's hit 5 straight free throws now. Missed the second shot, and the rebound picked up by Minifield. Minifield all the way around over to Roper. Trevino gets over to Minifield. Minifield slowing him down. 1:20 left. 8-point lead. Pressured by Kennedy. Gets around over to Trevino. Trevino comes back with it. Slips on the floor. And going to be timeout called by the Saints with 1:10 left to go. It's going to be a full timeout. 1:10 left. Saints lead 80-73. You're watching Saints basketball on the OLLU Saints Network, KSAT.com. Welcome back. 1:10 left. Michael Saladin, A.J. Trevino, Darren Minifield, Victor Roper, and Ruben Manzana on the floor for the Saints. Kennedy, Phillips, Dow, Garner, and Oslett with it. And that's going to be a whistle. And the foul is going to be on Kyle Dow. His first personal. Double bonus, so shooting 2 now, E.J. Trevino. Trying to make it a 3-possession game with 1:03 left. Or it is actually already a 3-possession game with a 7-point lead, but 9 would be nice. 1:03 left to go. So Trevino here. Well, the free throws, Trevino with 8 points. Got the first one. 9 points for Trevino. So Micah Thomas checks back in as Phillips and Dow come out. And Kalen Johnson checks back in for Texas A&M Texarkana. 8-point lead. And misses the second. Rebound, Ollett. 8-point lead, under a minute. Ollett. Hands off, Kennedy, 3-pointer, well off the mark, and the rebound picked up by Michael Saladin. Minifield with it. Minifield gets over to Saladin. Saladin back over to Minifield. Minifield back over Saladin. And Michael Saladin's going to be fouled with 40 seconds left and an 8-point lead. So Michael Saladin at the line. Saladin with 12 points tonight. Trying to put this one away. Got it. Second free throw. 18 of 21 from the free throw line. The Saints are as a team. 10-point lead, 36 seconds left. Micah Thomas 3 off the mark. Kennedy goes up, misses it. Garner rebound, misses it. On the floor, picked up by Michael Saladin. Saladin's going to be fouled. No good to the line. That's it, folks. Saints are going to win it. 83-73 the score right now. Saints are going to go to 5-11. A&M Texarkana is going to drop to 5-10. And the Saints need to just win out and hope for some help with some of the other games. And Saladin with that one is good. As the Saints, fans of the University of the Southwest tonight, and Paul Quinn on Saturday. Another win by Southwest tonight would be big. And that one is good. 1 and 2. 16 for Saladin. 85-73. And the shot is up and good. Count the basket and a foul as Garner will go to the line. So Victor Roper picks up the foul. That's going to be his second personal. 9th team foul. So Micah Thomas will come out. Coming back in is going to be DeCorian Phillips. Garner will get it. Garner with 5. Minifield with it. In the front court, shot clock is off. Whistle and a foul on Garner as Garner. Nine-point lead for the Saints. 85-76. Saints are going to go to 9-17 on the season. Texas A&M Texarkana is going to drop to 10 and 17. And the way it looks, Saints win out. We need Texas College to lose tonight against Southwest. It would help if Jarvis lost to Paul Quinn. Don't know if that's going to happen. Littlefield. And that's off the mark. Back it goes to right. The corner, Johnson three. Rattles good for Johnson. So a timeout called here. An 11-point lead. I'm sorry, an 8-point lead. With 5.3 seconds left. Saints are going to get the win. But trying to look at the scenarios here. Southwest needs to beat Texas College tonight. Then they need to beat Jarvis Christian on Saturday. Both those games are on the road for Southwest. Texas A&M Texarkana needs to lose on Saturday. It would be helpful if they lost on Saturday against Houston Tillotson. And then it would be all right if they won out against Jarvis and Texas College, because that would give them, the Saints, the tiebreakers. The Saints have defeated both Wiley and Southwest. Texas A&M Texarkana has lost too. So 87-79. Jarvis Christian needs to lose to Southwest. Then see there the foul, and Michael Saladin will go to the line again. Saladin, 16 points, 3.4 seconds left. As the foul there on Shahid Hawk. Say Hamadi will come in. For Jarvis Christian, we need them to lose to Southwest. And we need them to lose to Texarkana and Wiley. Inbound there to Johnson. They just need to let it go. At the buzzer, will do it. Saints win it by 10. 89-79. Saints are now 6-11 in conference, 9-17 overall. 10-17 is Texas A&M Texarkana, now 5-10 in conference play. Saints get the big win. 16 points for Michael Saladin tonight. 16 points for Victor Roper. 19 for Edvin Tedesco. 14 for Darren Middlefield. 8 points for Ruben Monzon. And 9 points for E.J. Trevino for the Saints tonight as they get the win. A much-needed win. It's got to keep doing it. Saints have to finish off this last homestand unbeaten to get that 6th spot. And some things got to happen, but right now it's very favorable for the Saints in that 6th spot. Coming up next will be Wiley College on Saturday. Homecoming, 2 o'clock tip-off for the women, about 4 o'clock for the men. Next broadcast will be tomorrow, 2 o'clock, baseball doubleheader over at Missions Baseball Academy against Midland University. So, from everybody here at Maybe Gymnasium, from Destiny and Patience Oak Bay, Mike Thompson saying, so long, everybody. We'll see you next time. Get better, Patty.